I'm about to make Klay do a food review with me.
Mac and cheese, little dish.
What you want to eat first?
Oh. Oh. That's the one, baby.
That's the one?
Hello and welcome to the channel where we take the gossip and expose what's really behind it. Have you ever broken up with somebody and that person starts trauma dumping, turning themselves into a victim to make you look bad? You know that happens. You do know that happens. Well, when black celebrities do it, there are people out there who weaponize their pain into content that makes us all look bad. We're gonna break down when this started, who started it, and why it keeps happening. So hit that like, subscribe, and notification button because you do not want the HNIC right there to headbutt you. This video is already headed in the wrong direction. So here's what happened. Megan and Stallion put out something about her and Klay Thompson, and it went everywhere, in the headlines, in the blogs. The timelines were flooded, and the reaction was predictable.
Klay Alexander Thompson, you cheated on Megan the Stallion, and all you showed us was you're the lame we've always thought that you were.
One thing about Megan Thee Stallion, she quick to throw an accusation on somebody. Cause how did he go from the perfect boyfriend to now he treated you bad?
Now you got both sides talking, people picking sides, defending, attacking, before they even know the full picture. At this point, it's still about them, but watch how fast it shifts. Now, it's not just two people anymore. This turns into something bigger.
These are not the black men you want me to get in. These the ones that's supposed to get me into heaven?
Is it safe to say that we've lost black men to red pill? Because this reaction to Meg Thee Stallion getting cheated on by Klay.
The way some of you black men are reveling in the fact that Megan Thee Stallion got cheated on.
So how did we get here? Where one bad decision by a black man turns into the blame for all black men. Get the hell out of here. You don't see this anywhere else. If a white guy commits a crime, it's on him. He's a lone wolf. He's troubled. Mental health. Oh, he just snapped.
Yo, man got game like a motherfucker. True indeed.
If it's a black woman that does something to a black man, it turns into, what did he do to her? She was hurt. She's reacting. She's been through a lot of trauma. But that's what happens. But when it's a black man, that's not what happens. It's a pattern, part of the culture. They say things like, this is what they do. You even got some women online saying, I'm not dating a black man. Like I said, it's all on the timeline in your comments section. And this is only to the black women who feel this way because of what a few men do. This is how most black men feel about you not dating us.
I said, I don't give a fuck. I can't give a fuck.
And now you got a gender war. But in the media, sometimes it can be one-sided. We all know Roc Nation, publicity machine, is behind Meg. That's why we're getting most of the side of her story.
I think I've just gone through so much.
But all that adds to divide. The same people condemning Klay for cheating didn't say a word when Meg admitted in court she cheated on her boyfriend. They didn't say a word when she had a fallout with her best friend and everything went public. They didn't say a word when she left her original label, left them in a cold. And it was a messy split, lawsuits, contracts, just to align with a bigger machine. They didn't say anything about that. And some women criticizing men because of their behavior and blaming all men, saying all black men are to blame for what happened to her.
Offer up a black man to blame. You can get away with anything in America.
So the question is, where did this start? Who taught this mindset?
Yo, man got game like a motherfucker. True indeed.
Back in the late 1970s, when the shift in the gender conversation hit the black community in a mainstream way, You had Michelle Wallace, a black feminist scholar who wrote a book called Black Macho and the Myth of the Superwoman. Came out in 1979. That book became controversial because it directly talked about sexism within the black community and challenged the role of the black man in those dynamics. It was one of the first major books by a black woman to openly criticize black men. Because before that, black feminist conversation were about having a voice, was about equality and having a seat at the table. And that book changed everything. And then you had Gloria Steinem, one of the leading feminist figures at the time and co-founder of the magazine Miss magazine. She put Michelle Wallace and her book on the cover, bringing this conversation to a wider audience. And from there, it spread it. Listen to this young lady break it down.
The title of this article did get cut off on the screen, but it is called Black Feminism, the CIA, and Gloria Steinem. What follows is a fact sheet about Gloria Steinem's operations against the various social and political movements in America, particularly her role in creating a hateful and virulent strain of black feminism that attacks black men while partnering with the white establishment. Let's read a little more. Gloria first came across the radar of black men in 1978 when Steinem put a book called Black Macho and the Myth of the Superwoman on the cover of Miss magazine, the magazine which she controlled. The book was written by black feminist and activist Michelle Wallace, who literally came out of nowhere. In the book, Wallace called abolitionists like Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth ugly and stupid for supporting black men. She called black revolutionaries chauvinist macho pigs and advised black women to go it alone. But pay attention to this part. Gloria Steinem said that Wallace's book would define the future of black relationships, and she pushed hard to make sure that the book received massive publicity. And don't we see this happening today?
Now you see? Think of it like this. Someone powerful within the space taking a young black voice and help push an ideology. Think of Gloria Steinem like Jerry Heller, who helped push NWA to the forefront. So Michelle Wallace would be like Eazy-E. Now, don't get me wrong. Both of them have the right to tell their stories. Michelle speaking about her experiences with black men, and others like Bell Hooks, Alice Walker telling their personal stories and critiquing men. Eazy-E rapping about his experiences in the street, other rappers rapping about selling drugs or getting shot. It's their stories. But what shouldn't happen, these stories being weaponized, used, and pushed to the forefront of the community to be stereotyped, to cause division. See, there's a reason these narratives get picked up, amplified, promoted, and turned into movements people participate in.
He ain't lying.
A message gets picked up, packaged, and pushed to the front until it shapes how we think. Say that again. Until it shapes how we think. So over time, you're not just watching movies or celebrity breakups in social media. You're being shown what to focus on, what to feel, and who to blame.
Offer up a black man to blame. You can get away with anything in America.
And when you see it enough, it starts feeling like a story and starts feeling like reality. And that's the goal. That's always been their goal. One side feels one way, the other sides feel another way, and they never come together.
Broke it down to its very last compound.